all probably know this is pretty cool new lamp from Ikea, but I don't like the color, so I'll show you how to change it. To change the color in this lamp, you unfortunately have to kind of do some invasive stuff. First you gotta cut in the battery compartment. We do it here because then you don't see it afterwards. Also what's helping is to remove those small little clips. There's 2 on each side you can remove, and this makes it a lot easier to access later on with the cutting. Also, don't cut in the middle as I did, it's unnecessary, just do it on the sides, and then you can kind of see the clips of the upper part, which you have to basically release to get off the shades. First I tried with this kind of thin wire thing to release the clips. This didn't really work for me, so you gotta pull really hard. What I ended up doing is changing this to a more thick version of this kind of hook, which I'm showing here. And once you release the first clip, the upper part goes off quite easily, so you just gotta do it once. Once it's off, you can see the 3 little screws which you have to unscrew in order to get off the top inner ring, basically. Also make sure to save them in a place where you don't lose them. You wanna assemble it later on again. Just pop off the hood as I do here, and then you will see some more stuff to unscrew, which you should also save next to it. Also make sure to save this kind of hinge part, which is inside of the connection to the outer ring. And finally, before you spray paint, you want to have a clean surface, so always use some alcohol to wipe it clean. Don't touch it with your fingers if possible. And finally, you want to also remove additional stickers to get a good and clean paint job. I'm a bit struggling here, as you can see, but once they're off, it's clean. Also make sure to wipe the surface afterwards with alcohol to get rid of any residue that's left on it. Here I'm saving it for later. I will apply it on again, I think, so, but you can throw it away as well, whatever you want. Also make sure to cover those holes. We're using painter's tape here, which you can press in tightly in order to give it a good seal, and then you just take an extractor knife or something sharp to cut it out, like I'm doing here, and then it should look like this sometimes. Also shake your stuff, it's important. Then test whether the spray paint is the color you want and if it's going to spray properly, and then you can already go to spray painting. For this, make sure to follow the instructions on the can, and then it should look something like this. For now it's a bit shiny and bumpy, but once the paint is drying, it should become more uniform and better looking. For the outer ring, I had to do some strange contraption because we want to make a paint job uniform and all around. So now I had to hang it up like this. Then it was painted as the other stuff, and now it looks fine. Finally, I forgot the closure for the battery compartment. Here do the same thing, just peel off the sticker and then we paint it afterward. So now we got it all painted. The first thing you gotta do if you wanna use the batteries is to sand off the paint from those connectors, otherwise you won't get any electricity running. If you only use USB-C, it's fine, you can leave it as it is. But then put in back these metal plates, otherwise you won't get a circuit with this shit. Then you're pretty much set to remove all the tape, all the stickers that are left on the piece. Be sure to be a bit careful here, because if this connector is broken, you barely can replace it, so just be careful. Also be a bit more patient with the paint than I was. I didn't let it dry fully, I think. Then the next thing is to basically assemble this whole thing again. First put back in those plastic things for the bearing, let's say, and then put in the outer ring again. This one you can basically lay on top, and it should kind of snap in place. Not snap, but it should fall into place. Then put back in the plastic brackets and screw them on. Finally, you can put in the inner ring, just put it on top and also screw it in. Now you can pop on the plastic, the clear plastic again, should snap into place quite easily. And then you're pretty much done with the lamp. Now you can look at it, you can turn it on as you want. Looks pretty cool. My paint job is not ideal, but if you know what I did wrong, just let me know in the comments. Thanks.